Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the Sunday edition of the Paranormal Coffee Talk. I'm Nighthawk, and we have Eric waiting patiently so I can get through the disclaimer. We can get into the show. Um, Tonight's topic is going to vary because I wanted to talk a little bit about weaponization of the weather and all that since everything's going on right now. And we'll get into some other things too, but copyright disclaimer is this channel may use some copyrighted material without specific authorization of the owner, but contends that it falls under the fair use, which is the Copyright Act of 1976. Nighthawk High Strangeness podcast channel and all the podcasts on the channel declare fair use of any and all content, including the music, which is used through UCut app for our intro and outros. Under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976, the allowances are made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, commentary, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, research, parody, and let's not forget the entertainment value. Per Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976, otherwise known as fair use. All right, let me get that off of there. All right. Good morning, everybody. Somebody's muted. Hold on. All right, you're unmuted now.
Yeah, I don't know. That thing didn't like me, did it?
It wouldn't even click off. So I don't know what's going on. I think the powers that be are messing with us. Too much good information going out on the wire today. Anyways, I wanted to, I'm going to say hello to everybody too while we're talking, but let's see. I like Ike is in the house. Urso, good to see you. Carl, good to see you. Vicky, good to see you. All right. Let's see. Who else we got? We got that bizarre and unknown guy. We got Roxanne, good to see you. We got Monisha, good to see you. All right. We have, let me see if I can find anybody else here. I know we do bounty hunters in the house. Okay. Good. We got some people. We need to make sure we pray for those people that are getting hit with these bad storms, the wildfires. And, I wasn't going to go and have a title for today's podcast, but then I saw what was happening in the weather late last night, and I decided, you know what? We're going to do it about weather weaponization to start with and go from there. And if we can upload a few funny things or talk about a few funny things, let's go ahead and do that. But I can't believe what's going on, man. There are currently 178 weather advisories put out currently right now as we speak, and 178 of them, which include tornadoes, flash flooding, and also wildfires, and God bless those people in Oklahoma. And Corey, if you're listening, brother, I hope you're safe, because I have never seen so many flames representing wildfires in the state of Oklahoma. It literally covered every inch of the state. And, it's ridiculous. And they got hit with 70-mile-an-hour winds, too, on top of it. So, and we're getting the wind and rain from these storms, but it's not as bad as what it could have been. But, when we talk about weather weaponization and basically geoengineering, which is exactly what they're doing, and they've been doing it for a very long time, you got to talk about cloud seeding, okay? You got to talk about just basically different chemicals added to the air, bromium, aluminum, all kinds of stuff. And then you talk about facilities like HARP that are all around the world. And then There is a guy that I'm friends with and I follow. He is phenomenal when it comes to weather weaponization. I highly recommend him. It is Alaska Skywatcher, and he is phenomenal. He puts out I repost his stuff all the time on my social media, and he actually shows you how they're doing it. And they've been doing it for a very long time. And they direct the storms and stuff with the Doppler radar systems. And it's amazing what he puts out on the channel. But yeah, we have so much going on, Eric. I don't know what you think, but damn,
I
I
mean,
feel
hell,
sorry.
I even had snow last night. It was
Yeah.
snowing and raining at the same time last night. Ah, dang it! I can't get that one. Oh well. I was trying to get that one to download. Yeah, Roxanne. It really snowed here last night. I walked down on my front porch to pee, and it was snowing. I was like, "What the hell?" It was snowing and raining at the same time. Hey, David. Oops.
Hey,
Okay.
Kyle. Good to see you.
As you make a 5 gallon.
Love. Good to
bucket
see
of
you. Ida, good to see you. Who else we got? We've got, let's see, who else? Juno, good to see you, brother.
Hey,
Okay, and
Juno.
Kyle, let's see, who else we
Hey,
got?
love.
David, girl with a gong, good to see you. All right, Melissa, good to see you. I always have this
Hey, what
tendency to
does
call Melissa, to call Melissa Melinda. I don't know. I don't know. I shouldn't start that again. Demario, good to see you. Daryl, good to see you. Wow, good to see everybody.
God, dude, I got the sun shining in. I'm glowing like a fluffy angel now because of this beautiful sun that I've missed the last couple of days. See, all you get to experience the fluffy angel.
The
I'm soaking this
fluffy
in, man.
angel. We got
It's
the
nice.
fluffy angel. We got the fluffy angel in the house, everybody. So
Yeah.
special interview. Anyways,
Love says you can always call her Vanessa.
yeah. Oh.
Hey, Lori.
Lori, good to see you. This is what I was talking about when it comes to the chemtrails. Okay. And, there is a difference between a regular trail behind a plane or a jet compared to a chemtrail. Chemtrails are heavier. They fall out through the atmosphere all the way down to the ground. And they have heavy metals in them, okay, which are a manipulating factor for any storm, to start a storm, to intensify storms, which is what we've been seeing lately. And there are just so many ways that they do this now with HARP and Doppler radar. I mean, I'm finding out more and more every week that there's something different that they're doing. It's amazing to me what they're doing to their own people. It really is, and it is our own government doing it. By the way, it's the ones that are in control that don't want to relinquish control, that don't want to relinquish control to the current administration, and don't feel that they need to answer to any citizens of the United States, or Canada for that matter. Hell, even Mexico for that matter, because they've been messing with Mexico too. And I really wish, oh, great, I got the hiccups. I really wish that somebody would put an end to their corruption, their manipulation, they're trying to make the masses conform to their will, because this is getting ridiculous.
Mm-hmm. You guys are making my job harder. Oh my gosh. I'm making my job harder.
You got
Oh,
stuff
Bucky,
like
stop.
this happening in the sky all over the place, you know.
Yeah.
And it's amazing to me that this stuff is actually happening. And everybody says, "Oh yeah, but it says in the Bible." Yeah, I know what it says in the Bible, but there's other things that are causing this to happen.
Okay, come on, guys. Hey, Misty. Okay. You guys are being way too much of a pain. Sorry, guys. I'm being overran by small yeppers. Okay, guys. You're not behaving. Fine. Oh, yeah.
Hey, Eric, you're gonna have to take over for a minute.
All right, bro. Funny how the fires are often in places, real estate place. Yeah, I mean we've talked about that quite often, and it seems to do that. Like last night, I mean, we didn't even originally have rain in forecast, and it got cold. It got cold last night, and then rain and snowed at the same time. But you also got to think too, the government had been cloud seeding for a long time, putting them chemtrails up there, and we're just now with the new regime coming in. They are counteracting that because it's all the yeah, yeah. Bucky thinks he can. I mean, Bucky's Bucky. Yeah, yeah. Bucky's a good little shit. Um, but they're trying to reverse the effects. If you notice, when they started putting them chemtrails up there, it was changing all of our environments. I mean, it was changing our weather patterns, everything. And so now they're going up and they're undoing all that crap. They're putting all these metals in the ozone and stuff like that. And when they started doing this chemtrails, you're known and Alzheimer's has went up, ADHD's went up, autism's went up, all this other stuff has went up when they started doing these chemtrails. And now that they're putting up stuff to counteract it, we're starting to get the weathers back that we used to have. But it's going to be some chaos because there's a lot of stuff that's got to be undone. And as we're starting to see that, hey, Candy, but we're starting to see all that. What did they ever figure out about the bad fog we had that they seemed there's a lot of evidence to show that there was chemicals in it. That was another last ditch effort of the black hats to do the population control, which is what all with chemtrails and stuff was doing, was population control. I don't know a whole lot more on it, but I do remember seeing a lot of stuff to show that it was the same part. It was the same concept as chemtrails, but on a higher level. There's some stuff to suggest there was nanobots in that fog. I don't know. I don't have enough proof on that to really say that is it, but I've seen stuff about nanobots on it, and I know it was unusual. Yeah, I mean, yeah, Roxanne, you're right on that one too. Yeah, they're getting paid good enough money. They don't care. I mean, they just really don't care. Yeah, Bucky's a good little dude. Yeah, he's my oldest daughter's dog. She's in college, and her mom was wanting to get rid of him. I was like, no, he's coming here. I like Bucky. He's my little buddy. So, yeah, Bucky's a good little dude. I heard about drones in Virginia spraying. Yeah, there's been a lot of reports of drones going around spraying stuff. I don't have enough evidence on that to go one way or another, but there is a lot of evidence to support it, and that would be a good way to deploy that fog is with them type of drones. So I mean, it's probably pretty credible. I doubt we'll ever really see the side effects regarding chemicals, etc. And if we were told the truth, not likely. Would we have it? Probably not. Thus, I'm a lot of the rumor and speculation. Actually, Lori, they did come out and tell, the government did come out and say, yeah, we're doing this this chemtrails because we're trying to regulate the weathers and protect us from the harmful rays of the sun. That was their whole excuse. Bill Gates is behind it. Bill Gates and the government got it together and created this program. Yeah, they definitely came out and said that. That is. Hey, Kathy. Yeah, it's not rumor. They admit it. And Bill Gates is one of the biggest guys behind it. Been telling people for 20 years about chemtrails, but they laughed at me. Yeah, Carl. I mean, we've said it for a long time too. And I think it was probably like 5 years ago when they came out with that video. And they came out and openly admitted that that's what they're doing. It was called oh man, I forgot the name of the project. But anyways, it's supposed to be about
Project Popeye.
Thank you. Yeah, it was they were saying that it was a way to counteract global warming was their excuse. Thank you very much for that. So yes, all views and expressions are not necessarily expressions of views of Night Hawkeye strangers. What is up with you, little dude? You're being very needy today. What's the matter, Bubba? Are you okay? But yeah, so I think it was Lori. Let me get back up here and check again. Lori, if I don't have a way, we're not friends on Facebook. I'll try to figure out. Can you email me at cryptidandmythological@gmail.com? I'll send you the videos of the government and Bill Gates talking about that. That way you can have that if you want. Let's see, where have I messed up? Imagine how many physicians were told about Big Pharma to opiate harm. Yeah. I imagine how many pilots and told us that we're spraying is perfectly safe. Yeah. And that's the thing is they do that. So you're going to start seeing, hey, Twisted, you're going to start seeing a lot of people being held accountable, especially after the jab. Not only that, but for all this chemtrails, all this other negative shit that they've been doing, you're going to start seeing people being held accountable for that because it's crimes against humanity. And that's exactly what they're going to get. Exactly what they're going to get charged with because it is crimes against humanity. So you're going to start seeing a lot of that. You're already starting to see that come to life when they're coming after certain people. And you hear that phrase, crimes against humanity. That shows you right there what they're getting ready to do. What's the matter, Bucks? Bill Gates is also assessing the vaccinations. Yes, he was the one that he is the one that manufactured it, designed it, and everything. He had a lot of stocks. Boy, leave him alone. Jealous little turd. Yeah, he's got a lot of stocks in that. Buddy, you got to sit still. I've got to use my hands. Come here. Entertainment only here only. Yeah, Kyle. You okay, bro? Okay, board. Stop up. Nine.
Well, they're even putting meds in drinking water too, by the way, Roxanne. So, you got to be careful what you're drinking in your body, like we talked about Friday night.
Well, a lot of the chemicals they're putting in that chemtrails and that they put in the jab, you're finding in the waters too. It's all population control. Bill Gates has openly admitted all of this.
Mm-hmm.
But do you believe Bill Gates? Yeah, he has more to gain not revealing the truth. He is no. See, the thing is they have to reveal what they're doing It's called soft disclosures, but they do it in a way that makes you think that they're not telling you the truth.
And that was
That's the thing.
crazy.
Yeah. Yeah. So hey, Amy. Yeah, I believe him because I mean everything he said is what's going on. They literally have to tell you what they're doing, but they, like I said, they do it in a way that makes it sound like they're joking. I watched a climate viewer in Dane, Winnington. I tried to help balance the jet trails. However, I believe they actually spray it as a fact that lots of it is normal jet exhaust. So I've watched numerous jets go across the sky that didn't have exhaust to it, and then you'll see
Exactly.
some every now and then that come across that have a trail dead wolf. So I mean, there is a possibility if they have some kind of leakage where it could cause a fog. But I've seen jets go across the sky that didn't have a trail at all to it.
Exactly.
Wow, what's the matter? Well, you were wanting up here.
Coffee abuse. I just spilled my coffee.
Oh no, 20 push-ups.
Yep. What's worse is
India. There is actually several countries going after Fauci, Gates, Soros, Klaus Schwab, and all them for this stuff. But yeah, India is one of them. Yeah, they're also going after Pfizer and all them for the jabby jab too.
God damn it! I just did it again. What the hell? I'm gonna have one of them mornings, guys. I'm gonna have one of them mornings.
I didn't hear about that one, Ida. That's interesting. I heard something that happened over there, but I didn't know it was an arrest. I need to look in on that.
Who got arrested? Please tell me Schwab.
No, the president of the Philippines for crimes against humanity.
Oh yeah, he got arrested. Yeah, I heard about that. I saw a video on it.
A couple years ago, if you recall, we I think it was on this show here, we even talked about it, how you were seeing how citizens were taking over the governments in their country. And I told you guys, this is the start of bringing in the Jasara, getting rid of the cabal. So you're starting to see more and more of that around the world happening, even here. You've seen it in Russia. You're seeing it in other places. But it's coming. Gates is so full of himself, and he has gotten away with so much already. He doesn't care if we know anymore. He knows we can't stop him. It's an abomination. At one time, we couldn't stop him because he had the right people in power. Now the other people are in power, and that's why they're already issuing warrants out for him too.
I don't know. Canada went from the frying pan into the fire with their latest election results.
And we've tried warning people. This dude here was Trudeau 2.0. Trudeau is still running the country, but he's just using his puppet, like a lot like Obama and Clinton's did with Biden. That's what Justin Trudeau's doing with this guy here.
Yep.
I can understand putting Prozac in water sources, but that's pharmaceuticals are they putting in the air. So they're putting all different kind of chemicals and metals. These metals that they're putting in there is very harmful. Mass doses of this stuff is very harmful for the human body. Cancer skyrocketed, Alzheimer's skyrocketed, ADHD skyrocketed, autism has skyrocketed, Down syndrome has skyrocketed. All this stuff has started skyrocketing ever since they started putting these harmful metals in the air and all these chemicals involved with it. That's supposed to be
if you think about it on this lines too, with the way the bio, the geoengineering is going on, just take a quick look at South America. Okay, I believe it was Chile. Yeah, Chile that was on fire lately. They had wildfires going out the butt, and power outages and stuff caused from it, and a lot of people, killed or unalived or missing still. But at the same time, they are a lithium rich country. Okay, and a copper rich country. So, you
Yep.
know, if you want those things, the best way to do it is to make a country crumble within itself, or a state within itself, to make them dependent upon either a federal government level or another government altogether to sustain themselves and to build themselves back up, which means they're going to sell their mineral rights to that government or that federal government or that country. Okay, that is doing it. And I believe that America, that the ones that are in control, not the American people, okay, and not the majority of the American politicians or the American military, you know, but basically generals and up, you know, 1-star general and up, and, you know, certain politicians, which will remain nameless, so you all know who I'm talking about, are the ones doing it. Okay. And certain families, you know, that are doing it. And we talk about these people all the time. We talk about the Obamas. We talk about the Clintons. We talk about the Cheneys. We talk about the Rockefellers, the Rothschilds. We talk about the Gates. Okay. The Soros, the Schwabs. You know, we talk about the UN. This is all a UN Agenda 2030. That's all it is. They want you to have absolutely nothing, and you will be happy. You will be happy. You know why you'll be happy? Because they're putting lithium in your water. That's why you're going to be happy.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Lori, you're absolutely correct. And that's why RFK Jr. is doing what he's doing. And that's why he said what he said. He talked about this very same thing you're talking about here, about all the stuff in the foods. That's why he is in play to get rid of it. That's why he got put to where he was, so he would get rid of it. You're absolutely correct. I'm trying to get caught up on the comments, guys. But yeah, I mean, we're starting. Everything is being brought to the light, and so it's multiple component distribution systems at the cost. Yeah, 5G. If you break open a 5G cell phone, there's not a 5G chip in there. A lot of the stuff that we're taking through our water, through the air, through our food, is used for microwaving people. It's metals.
Yes, if you think about the whole 5G network, just think about the whole 5G network, Eric, you know, and everybody in the chat. Why would you need to have a 5G or a 6G repeater every 500 feet? If 5G was such a great thing and a phenomenal thing to have for communications, why do you need repeat towers every 500 feet or so? And it's true. You go into any major city and you'll see it. You go out into the country and you'll see them from one mountain peak to the other mountain peak. You know, why do you need that many repeaters? You shouldn't. If it was so powerful and so convenient and such a good technology, you wouldn't need it. So,
yeah. And Amy, to a point, I agree with you, but people forget we are a republic of the United States with a democratic order. That means we, the people, have the power. So, you know, we, the people, need to stand up and with those in power that is trying to help us, trying to save us. They can't do it alone. We, the people, need to stand up because we are the masters of this country, not the government, not anybody else. We, the people, are the masters of this country. And we need to start uniting together. Now, but prayer is a very huge part of it, but you need to do it. You need to pray, but we need to stand together, united against this stuff.
yeah, population control. You know, there's so much to be said about this whole weaponization of the weather and the effects from it, that it's even beyond population control right now. You know, if I've learned anything about these people that are in control, whatever you want to call them, the cabal, the shadow government, the Illuminati, it's whatever you want to call them, the reptilians. One thing I've learned is they adapt, okay, and they are willing to shift and change their priorities without concern for anybody, including themselves. So I wouldn't even say that it's solely about population control anymore. I would say that, you know, with population control, they can achieve that through any ways, means necessary, not just weather manipulation. They were doing population control by culling the chickens. You know, they were doing population control by having all the farmlands being bought up by Bill Gates. You know, I mean, it's gone to more than just he that controls the weather controls the world. It's gone to he that controls the world controls the world. And, you know, that's exactly what's going on. And you see the same corporations day in and day out doing this. And, you know, these people have no idea, you know, every day I have to go on YouTube, usually every morning when I get up, and I have to go on YouTube and fight for my podcasts to go out. Okay. And it's because some idiot who remains nameless because they don't give you their name decides that they want to shut your podcast down because of what you're talking about. And usually it's the same idiots that are in control of this world. And I will call them what they are. They are complete damned idiots. Okay. Plain and simple. And, you know, I call it as I see it, and that's just the way I see it. And they keep messing with the podcasters and stuff because they think that we don't have the brain capacity to take them on or the means necessary to take them on. And they're wrong. As long as we have a voice and a ways of getting that voice put out, we have a means and a cause. And as long as we have a means and a cause, we have a fight. Okay. And that's what's going on. And then you take that and combine it with the fight that's going on with naturally with the government's, you know, internal strife. You know, it just makes it twice as bad and twice as stressful for everybody. But the one thing that I've seen is, you know, they will do whatever it takes to manipulate the masses. Plain and simple.
Yep. Carl, you are 100% right on that. And that's why you heard Trump say he took a lot of the Democratic leaders and generals in the government out, because a lot of has to do is this is a comment right here. You are 100% correct. And that's why he did what he did. There's a lot of things that goes on. Unless you know what's going on behind the lines, you don't know. You won't understand until you start learning how to read the signs. People's going to be like, what the hell what does this have to do with anything? You got to know why he's doing what he's doing, know what's going on behind the lines in order to understand what a lot of that stuff. That's why he said what he said on that.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah, Kyle, 100. Yeah, you want them, come take them. You know, I've got my little deal here. I'm going to start having to be like Leonidas. I can't bow because it hurts the knees. Yeah, I mean, you're so 100 on that one too. Yeah. You got a little jab coming for them. I am not going there because I can go 100 different ways on that comment, Kyle.
Exactly.
They're evil like the father devil. Yeah, they are all fallen bloodline. Yeah, Carl. Yes, they are. Yeah.
Yep. They truly are.
All
They truly
connected.
are. And the bad thing is that not only are they evil like the fallen, but they are actually so well hidden in society as a whole and structured within it, so that if it's like trying to remove cancer. If you don't get the whole thing, then it's still going to go on, and it's hard enough. I mean, some of these people are so powerful and in such positions in society that they think they're untouchable, but yet I wait for, and I hate to say it this way, but I almost look at it as gaining almost oh, like a instant karma, finding someone out there that's getting upset enough or has had enough of being beaten down that they give these places and people instant karma, if you know what I mean. um it's one thing to come on here and talk about this stuff and then have them censor us and try to silence us, but it's another thing that when they know we're spewing out the truth in what we're saying, and just because we're calling them on the carpet, they try to silence us in other ways. And they've done it for so long, for hundreds and hundreds of years. They've done it even before the inception of America. They've done it. Humanity has always been censored, always, one way or another. It's like I always say, it's the same old Roman circus, you know. So, and as far as the one world religion thing goes, with the ends of times, we've been under the one world religion for a long time already, and it is called the Vatican.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Caesar never stopped becoming Caesar. Caesar became the Pope.
Yeah, and Constantine
Rome
never
never
became
stopped being
a Christian. Constantine never became a Christian. Constantine remained a pagan. The only reason he wanted to say he was Christian was so he could control more of the world. It's the same old Constantine.
You guys wonder why I am the way I am and why William is the way he is. I got something to show you guys. This is something that we both took different time frames in our life, but this is why we are the way we are. And this has no expiration date at all. None. This is why we do what I do. I, Eric Testament, do solemnly swear that I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States against all enemies, foreign or domestic, that I will bear truth, faith, and allegiance to the same, and that I will obey the orders of the President of the United States and the orders of the officers appointed over me according to regulations and the Uniform Code of Military Justice. So help me God.
God. Yep.
That is an oath.
I want to. I'm going to let me grab this book, and I want to read something out of this book. Okay, and again, this book is called "The Harbinger." Okay, and it's a good book. It talks about the future of America and everything. It's Jonathan Cahn. Okay, and I read this yesterday to Eric, and it's just a short little section in here. Let me find it first. Probably should have marked it, huh? Okay, let's see here. Where was it? Okay. I'll find it. Give me a second.
You're good.
Okay, it talks in here about how Israel used to be, God's chosen and all that, but God removed the hedge of protection. Okay. And then it talks about how the founding fathers of America basically made a covenant with God. Okay. through starting America. Okay. All right, let's see here. It starts with, okay, but what does America have to do with ancient Israel? Israel is unique among nations in that it was conceived and dedicated at its foundation for the purposes of God. Okay, but there was another, a civilization also conceived and dedicated to the will of God from its inception, and that is America. In fact, those who laid its foundation, the founding fathers, long before the founding fathers, those who laid America's foundation saw it as the new Israel, okay? An Israel of the new world. So was America the new Israel? No, America is
Mm-hmm.
America and Israel is Israel. One
Mm-hmm.
doesn't replace the other. But America's founders established a new commonwealth after a pattern of ancient Israel. They dedicated it to God and saw it as a covenant to him and with him. So was it a covenant with God. The scriptures reveal only one nation with which God entered into covenant, and that is Israel. But America was patterned after ancient Israel. Ancient Israel. Okay. And people wonder why we have so much Egyptian stuff and Aramaic language and stuff and cities and stuff in our country. Okay. That's proof right there that we were modeled after ancient Israel and ancient Egypt. Okay. Plain and simple. Okay. They saw themselves in a covenant with God. So, what does that mean? They believed that if America followed the ways of God, it would become the most blessed, most prosperous, and most powerful civilization on earth, which is true. From the very beginning, they foretold it. And what they foretold would come true. America would rise to its heights no other nation had ever attained. Not that it was ever without fault or sin, but it would always aspire one way or another to fulfill the calling and envisioned by its founders at its inception, to be the vessel of redemption, the light of the world. And so it would give refuge to the world's poor and needy, hence our immigration policies, okay, which are a lot more relaxed than other countries. The hope is that the oppressed, and it would stand and then once against the dark movements of the modern age that threatened and to engulf the world. That is why our nation has always been the world's protector. Okay, because we are literally the last line of defense against the dark oppression, the evil of the world, the evil governors of the world, the evil darkness of the world. America is the last line of defense for all of humanity, plain and simple.
Dead Wolf. Yeah, I can't put that one up on the deal. But it's not just America, that's around the world. I'm trying to pull up the law enforcement one. Urso was telling me about it. From Truman forward, we have been a military industrial complex. Yeah. We can't just be the best. We have to take from the poor and vulnerable to be the best, bestest best. Yeah.
Yeah, Dead Wolf.
I think it probably started before Truman.
I'd like to comment on Dead Wolf's comment there. That is because God removed a protective hedge from with it around America. Okay, that's what it states. Okay, when God removed the protective hedge around ancient Israel, he left them susceptible to outside influences and to outside corruptions and to the demons and the darkness of the world. Okay, It's that same principle with America. You know, there were certain powers that got into political positions that were part of that dark deception, okay, that dark influence. And ever since then, God said, well, if you're going to let these people in power, I'm going to remove my protective hedge from around America. Okay, just like he did ancient Israel. All right, that's just the way it is, you know. And now we pretty much are at the mercy of whatever happens. And unless we all come together for one good common cause, which is the sanctity of life and liberty and the pursuit of happiness, and to not have to worry about being unalived when you go to your grocery store, or to be run down by a vehicle for going shopping in an open market, you know, to support local economy and farmers, you know. It's until we come together and defeat that evil as one whole community, not one world religion, not one world government, one community of diverse people that have the same principles and the same ethics of preserving that sanctity of life. You know, that's what we need to do. Okay. But we have become so damn dependent upon the leaders of the world to take up that torch for us that we've been blinded. While we've been distracted with other BS, we have literally been blinded, and they have taken it from us. Until the humanity of the world comes together for the common good of humanity, there will not be any hope or any chance. Okay, because God has removed his protective hedge from around us.
Mm-hmm.
You can pray all you want, okay, and I pray every day, okay, and you know, I say this over and over again, and I say this with the utmost respect to everybody. We can pray all we want, but just because we pray does not mean God has to listen to us. Okay? It does not mean God has to do anything in humanity's time. He's going to do it in God's time because he already sees the outcome.
We were created with free will. We were created with free will. People forget that. We were created with free will. Now, will God step in? Yes, but he'll step in when the time is right. Sometimes you need to learn a lesson. Urso, all I can find is a law enforcement oath of honor, which is a little different than the military oath. Is that the one you were talking about, Bud? But that's something people forget, that we were born with free will. We are, yes, we need to go to God. We need to do that, but we also have to learn to do things ourselves as well. And as far as America goes, there's actually two types of government. There's a Republic of the United States, which is the true government. Then you have the Corporation of America, which is the one we see daily. So the people of the corporation is what's doing a lot of this evil.
Right, right. You know, and a lot of people go, what's written on your hand, Nighthawk? Okay. Well, what's written on my hand is the true name of God. Okay. In ancient Hebrew. Okay. And you know, not that I'm of the Jewish faith, but I do believe that there is a difference between today's basically King James version of the Bible compared to the ancient scripts of the Bible. Okay. Mm-hmm. And I believe, you know, with all the missing apocrypha and all the missing books, that 87 or 88 books doesn't even cover a mere sprinkling of what God wants us to attain. Okay. And wants us to have and be able to do. And you know, we know from the Bible that the true name of God was removed from the Bible and replaced with the word Lord. Okay, over 2,500 times. Okay, well over 2,500 times. Okay. That the true name of God. And, in order for us to embrace God and all of his divine and angelic views of us and love for us, we have to look at the original name of God, okay? And that's why I have it on my hand, okay? And I also have it on my hand to mock the powers that be that want to put the mark of the beast on our hands and our foreheads. So I kind of do it to mock them, if you know what I mean. So
Yeah. So, that's kind of what I was thinking. That's why I wanted to ask, because it's now the law enforcement oath of honor. On my honor, I will never betray my badge, my integrity, my character, or the public trust. I will always have the courage to hold myself and others accountable for our actions. I will always uphold the Constitution, my community, and the agency I serve. That's what it is now. That's what I can find, anyways. So that's what I was wondering if it changed or not. Oh, you got it? Okay.
thank you, Roxanne.
Yeah. But yes, I mean, people need to remember this stuff. People forget the military and law enforcement are servants of the people. They serve the people, they serve the Constitution. We are servants of the people and the Constitution. And so many have forgot their oath.
Exactly.
So many forgot their oath.
Yep.
It's sad. But yeah, I mean that's why I wanted to bring that up, because William and I has talked about many times about how we swore an oath that has no expiration date, and if you weren't in the military, then you don't know what that oath is. And those of you who were in the military forgot your oath. Shame on you. I'm just going to say it. Shame on you. Your oath has no expiration date. Remember your oath.
Yeah, and
remember
Vanessa, one thing we've got to remember too, Vanessa, is that when we pray, it's just because we pray, it doesn't fall on deaf ears. Okay, first off, because he hears everything, he knows every tear. Okay, he can count every hair on our head. Okay, what it is humanity, for the most part, has put their faith and their hopes in their political leaders or their military leaders. Okay, which kind of likens unto the golden calf, if you think about it. Thou shalt not have no other gods before me. Thou shalt not have any engraved images. Okay, these things have come to pass. And it says in the Bible and in the Apocrypha of the Bible that basically we have to beware the evil governors of the world. Okay. Now, does that mean the governors of the states? No, that doesn't. That means ruling class individuals, that we have to beware them, because they are not going to have our best interest at heart. They're going to have their best interest at heart, or that of the Antichrist. Okay. So that being said, when we pray, we need to pray that God gives us the strength and the will and the Constitution to fight against the evil influences of the world, the evil governors of the world, and to keep Satan away from God's children. Okay, that's the prayer that we need to be praying. We need to involve all that evil that was removed from the Bible, because that little statement that I just made about the evil governors was removed from the Bible. Okay. The King James Version of the Bible. They replaced it with principalities and other things, okay, in that section of the Bible. So they removed the evil governors from it. But if you look at the ancient text of the Bible, it still has it in it. See, this is what they do. Okay, this is how they manipulate. This is how they control. Not only do they need to use geoengineering and weather manipulation to call the masses and to control the masses, but they do it in such a way throughout history that they've been getting away with it, and nobody's called them on it. Well, right now, as I'm sitting here and I can feel something going on with me right now, as I'm sitting here, I am being told that now they have someone calling on them. Now they have someone pointing the finger at them and calling them out for
Mm-hmm.
what they're doing. Okay. And that someone is us. Okay. We are that someone. Okay. I may
Yep.
be limited on time and all that, but I'm still going to get the word out every time I have a chance to say it. Okay. That we are divine. We are divine energy. We are angelic energy. And our energy has been corrupted and manipulated since the inception of the Roman Empire. Okay. Since the inception of the Vatican. Okay. Since the inception of people being placed in charge of masses of humanity. Okay. Just because we have sons of David doesn't mean that all the sons of David are going to be godliness. They're going to be, you know, divine, okay, in nature, that they're not going to be malevolent, okay? All you've got to do is look at the story of Cain and Abel, okay? So that in itself right there will tell you that even God's creation, because he gave us free will, was a test for humanity, that humanity failed. Okay. The first test that humanity failed was in the Garden of Eden. Okay. That's the first test. Okay. The second one was when Moses was trying to free the Israelites out of Egypt. Okay. And they made the golden calf when Moses came down from the burning bush with the 10 Commandments. Okay. And they burned and melted all their gold into this golden calf, and they started worshiping this golden calf. And it said right there that that's the second time. Okay. Humanity has constantly shit on God. How many times do you think God is going to take it upon himself to wipe the shit of humanity off of him before he gets upset? Think
Mm-hmm.
about it. I mean, it's not rocket science. It's, if you are capable of loving, and I've said this 100 times before, and everybody that knows me and follows me on Facebook knows that I've said it. If you are capable of loving, the kind of love you need to show is unconditional love. Put no limitations on it. The most powerful force in the universe is unconditional love.
Mm-hmm.
That's what Jesus was trying to teach everybody. Jesus was
Mm-hmm.
trying to teach us the power of being pure and divine and not having that illicit thought process, the trappings of mankind that, you know, that gets caught, the pornography and all that, you know, the sex, the drugs, you know, and all that. That's a dark thing. Okay. That's a dark thing. And humanity has suffered with that. Okay. And when the hedge of protection was removed from America, that opened up the floodgates for all of this deceitful, disgusting, despicable stuff to come in, this evil, and influence us. We have no limit. We are limitless. We as human beings are limitless. We don't die.
Mm-hmm.
We're not going to die. Just because we leave this disease susceptible body does not mean by any ways and means that we are dying. We merely move on to the next stage of life. We merely take that next step in faith that our God has us within his embrace. Literally. That our God holds us and keeps us safe. No matter what part of life we're living. And we need to remember that.
Mm-hmm.
There's so much that you all have forgotten that, you know, and since I became ill with the cancer, having to face the demons, the darkness that wants to remove me from this world, has given me a spiritual strength that has opened my eyes a lot more than what they used to be. And I used to be really into the dark arts. Okay. I used to live the dark arts. I was the darkness. Okay. I was that bump you heard in the shadows. I was that growl you heard from the woodline. Okay, that was me. But that's not me currently. That's not me in the last 20 years, in the last 30 years. Okay, that was the old me. And I have seen so much in my 60 years that I can honestly say I don't want to see anymore. And I can say that without even hesitating, because I have seen the devastation that hatred does to man. I've seen the destructions of war. I've seen what happens when drugs induce someone to commit suicide. I've seen enough of humanity. And unless we find that divine spark again that is within each and every one of us, humanity will always be lost. Each and every one of us needs to find that divine spark. Each and every one of us needs to take that step in faith and not to fall for the evils of the world. Okay. I'm not saying you can't, I mean, there's people, oh, well, what do you mean? I can't smoke my joint, or my bowl, I can't drink. No. For God's sakes, Jesus made water into wine. I'm not saying you can't drink. I'm not saying you can't partake in certain things. I'm just saying that do it in a respectful manner. We as Native people, we say when you walk the walk in beauty, the red road, walk with reverence for everything. And that's what we as humanity as a whole has forgotten. That reverence for everything is also called unconditional love. It literally is called unconditional love. When you are able to love something without putting any limitations on that love, you know, the most powerful force in the universe, and mankind's forgotten it. They let it slip away. And, 50% of the time, it's not humanity's fault. It's because the ones that are in control, the dark ones. So.
Sorry. Yeah, I mean, that's something, we're all supposed to be equal. Man is not more important than woman. Woman is not more important than man. We're equal. That's why the term two halves come together to make a whole. And this is, one of the ways to divide us is they're trying to tell us that, a woman should be treated this way, or, a man should be treated this way, or a woman should be treated better than a man. No, we're equal. And that's something that's just one way they always constantly trying to divide us. And it's sad, it's sad. And that's one way that makes us weak. When you become weak, you become acceptable to people's beliefs that they want you to believe. And we got to take notice of this stuff. It's just not medical stuff. It's just not races and religions. It's everything. They've attacked us on all corners and facets of our life. And we have to remember that. Jesus said, they talk about drinking fermented wine and unfermented wine. The only way something is truly a sin is if you do it in an excess. So that's something that people have to remember. It doesn't say you can't go out and do it. Just don't do it in excess. That is the key right there. Gemini, how's it going? Woo, I didn't get to say hi, so hi, Woo. Yeah, you're welcome, Gemini. I can't remember who it was now. Someone in the comment was talking about the Girl Scout oath. I was a Boy Scout, obviously. I'm a boy. Yeah. Well, last I checked, I was. When I was looking over them, which the Girl Scout honors just got one thing different to what the Boy Scout honor is. But I mean, even their oath, I shouldn't say honor, their oath. It's very similar, and we're seeing a pattern through a lot of this stuff. Because in Boy Scouts, the oath is, "On my honor, I'll do my best to do my duty to God and my country, to obey the Scout law, to help other people at all times, to keep myself physically strong, mentally awake, and morally straight." Then you go to the Girl Scout one. "On my honor, I will try to serve God and my country, to help people at all times, and to live by the Girl Scout law." So even as growing up, back before things got the way they are, oh, thank you. I was getting ready to pick that back up. We were always being taught. See, in Norse religion, Norse mythology, you do not break an oath. If you break an oath, you become a nothing. You become a wraith in Niflheim. You go to hell. Oath breakers go to hell. Okay? So that's why, for me, when I take upon an oath, that oath is sacred. I don't want to be a nithing. I don't want to be a wraith. I don't want to be food for Needhog. I don't want to go to hell. So you never break an oath. Remind me to focus on love, because lately I've been struggling between crying and rage. Love, I get that very, very much. I really do. I know exactly where you're coming from on that. I have to fight that beast what's inside. You guys hear me talk about it from some time to time. Is I've got this beast inside of me that I keep caged up, and every now and then he starts to come into the surface, and I've got to shove him back down. So I know exactly what you mean on that.
Yep. Yeah, Vanessa, you got to keep your you got to just keep your faith, okay? And sometimes our faith is tested so much, and we're taken and we're twisted and contorted into some ungodly, unholy ways of having to live. Well, I mean, just take with what's going on with the weather nowadays. I mean, we've had tornadoes and stuff, and we've had strong wind, and we've had floods before, but just take a look at the fires and stuff. You know, we are literally living hell on earth right now. And you know, we have nobody to blame. I mean, I could blame until I'm gone all this on Satan and Lucifer and the fallen angels and all that all I want, and on the demons. But when I last studied the ancient texts and stuff, it didn't describe hell as a fiery furnace. It described it as a deep, dark abyss. Okay. And, you know, when humanity started sinning and humanity then went into the depths of hell, that's when hell changed. Okay. Each and every one of us, I mean, you have to consider this. This is how I think God sees us. Okay. And you know how he says he counts every hair on our head. He knows every hair on our head and all that. He counts every tear. But I think God sees us as every time a human goes to hell for sinning, he's crying one more tear. He's losing one more hair. You see what I mean? It affects him just as much as it affects the person going to hell. And damn it, I don't want to be the one to say God is uncaring and unfeeling and he's just a vengeful God, because I want to be the one that God will say, you know what? I had my doubts about you, young man. I had my doubts about you. But you changed. You found me. And you found me when you weren't looking. And to me, that means more to me than living each day and being the richest person in the world, or being the healthiest person in the world, the most athletic person in the world, the best singing voice in the world. When I can say that not knowing anything about faith brought me closer to my creator, you know, to me, that's the most important thing I can ever imagine, you know, and who are we to question the will of God? You know, it's not the will of man. It's not the will of William, and not the will of Eric, and not the will of Gemini, or not the will of Daryl, or Vanessa, or, you know, or Roxanne, or Urso. It's not the will of us. We have to succumb to the will of God. And when we take those steps in faith, not knowing whether we're going to fall down on our face or even have the strength to get up, or even get up at all, when we are willing to take that step in faith, is when we will start to see a change. When we are willing to stand up for what's right and what's just and what is godly in this world. Until then, we won't see a change. But if we do that, and we do that over and over again, and we influence others to do that over and over again, we can change it. We can set the record straight for humanity. Plain and simple. Nobody asks to be born. Sometimes we're born into families we don't choose to go to. Sometimes we're just the luck of the cards. Sometimes we have fathers that don't stick around. Sometimes we have parents that die, prematurely. Sometimes we have single parents that raise us. Sometimes we grow up without friends. Sometimes we grow up being bullied. All those are tests. Those are testing your reserve. Those are testing your faith, your strength in your faith. And if we pass those tests and we come out the better for it, and we come out with our faith intact, then the world is limitless to us. It really is. And I think that's why a lot of what we're seeing going on today and going on, and why a lot of these people that are in control are doing what they're doing. Okay. Do I have the capability of hating them? Yeah, I could have that capability of hating them, of wanting their demise, but I choose not to, because I know in my heart of hearts that, well, I hate to say it this way, but karma's a bitch. Okay? Plain and simple. So I don't know. I don't know how anybody else feels about it, but it is what it is.
Something people forget very much is we're all born and created by God, by Yahweh, for a purpose. But it's because we're born with free will, we have to choose to find that purpose and fulfill it. Some of us do. I've been prophesied many times by prophets as being a teacher, a leader, and a guider. I don't know that I am. I don't consider myself anything like that, but I try to help people. That's my heart. One thing I always had about, in the Bible, it talks about the end times when, the followers will go to heaven and the non-believers will stay here. I've always had an issue with that because I don't want to see nobody be left behind. Even though I know it's going to happen, it still breaks my heart to think that something like that's going to happen, that not everybody is going to be able to partake in the glory of Yahweh. And I don't like that. And that's just how I am. And so I try to help everybody the best that I can. But in the end, I have to realize it's up to them if they want to follow the path that they're supposed to follow or not. I can't make somebody do it. I can just show them. I can just give them the tools, and it's up to them to use it.
Well, I for one don't believe that I am by any ways and means a prophet. Okay. I don't call myself a Jesus reincarnated. Okay. That's not what I'm about. I am merely just a guy that's been through a lot of shit, a lot of supernatural shit and paranormal shit and cryptids, and been through war, seen that aspect of life, done some dark stuff in my lifetime. And, the one thing is that I probably, I've been asked this before too, about if I could change the way I grew up, would I? And if I said yes to that, I don't think I would have an appreciation for where I'm at today. I don't think I would have the backbone to stand up for humanity the way I do today, and to stand up for God, for Yahuwah. But I'm no prophet. I'm no saint either. Okay, I'm just me. And if there's one thing that Jesus taught us, it's that he taught us to be humble and love unconditionally. And that's all I'm doing is being
Mhm.
humble and loving unconditionally. And I'm being persecuted for that.
I got a question for you, brother. This is something that I've always thought myself. Nine, stopa. Sorry, dogs are being a dogs.
That's all
I have a
right.
question for you. This is something I've always thought that is what helped make me who I am today. You've been through some dark shit. I've been through some dark shit. And I think even though we've been through that darkness, that made us the people we are today, and that gave us the strength that we have. Even though it was shitty and wasn't pleasant, we survived it and came out better on the other end. How do you feel about that?
Well, like I said, I wouldn't change it, and I've been asked that
Mm-hmm.
question about 100 times already by other podcasters, and when I've been interviewed, and I honestly, I don't think I could change that. I don't want to change
No,
that because
no.
sometimes you have to be so bottom of the barrel and so dark and so um how do I want to say it, so blindfolded by the darkness that you need to have that happen to have, you know, the respect for the light, the 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 acceptance of the light, you know. um there's really no way to describe it. I mean, I've had family members, that were on drugs and stuff, and when they were younger, and I've seen the results of LSD overdoses and stuff, and heroin and all that. I've seen alcoholism cause an uncle to blow his brains out with a 38. Um, I've seen the darkness. All right, and believe me, that's nowhere anybody wants to be. You need to. I guess that the one thing that I can say that really changed my perspective on the goodness and then the evil in the world, um, was being told I had 6 months to live. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
literally. And when you're given that perspective that your life can be cut short like that, you know, that really opens your eyes up, and it opens your soul up to experience more things. So, do I
Mm-hmm.
regret some of the things I did? Well, yeah, I mean, I would to a point because a lot of what I did hurt people, and I don't like
Mm-hmm.
hurting people nowadays. Um, Even in times of war.
Hey, I'm gonna be right back. I gotta let the dogs out. They're dancing and being a pain in the butt. I'm sorry,
All right,
guys.
I'm gonna play a little 2-minute video so you all can have a laugh. I don't want you to think about the harshness of it. So, but anyways,
In nomine Patris et Filii et Spiritus Sancti.
Sorry, I had to play that. It was getting too heavy.
Yeah, it was. You know, um, a lot of people misunderstood when I tell them, when I was fighting evil in this world, I pretty much had to become evil. Um, you, they tell you that you can destroy darkness with kindness, but there's some darkness you just can't.
Yeah.
I mean, there's things we've all done things we're not proud of. I've done things in the military and the civilian life that I'm not proud of. Sometimes it's make a choice. Do I want to be unalive? Do my brothers be unalive next to me? Or do I do something that goes against my moral code? Sometimes you got to go against your moral code. But that video is funny. I got one. You think you got a bad day? I can't upload it, though. That's what sucks. I'll probably have to do a share. Hey, you two behave. Don't backtalk me. Well, behave. Sorry. I don't know what is up with these animals today. This is my life, folks. Dealing with these guys. This is my life. Have to play referee with animals. I'm trying to get this to come up. Gosh, why are you acting up today? Jiminy Christmas, give me a break. There we go. Okay. So you think you had a bad day? This poor sucker had a bad day.
Yeah.
Well, that's this one here. Oh, this poor guy. Oh, this poor guy. Boom. Oh. And it just keeps going and going. Oh, man, derail and everything. Poor man, that is a crappy deal right there. That's my life, actually. My life's a train wreck. But now, man, that's a bad day at work. It finally stops. That's a bad day. Y'all think you have bad days? No, it wasn't Parrot. Parrot dog's outside. He needed to go potty. Yes, love, they are. I played the trombone. And I used to play in my church band too. I was good enough I could play by ear. And I played in the church band as well. Lost it in a fire and haven't played since then. But yeah, I used to play trombone. I'm trying to get caught up on the comments. On a lighter note, let's get some cheeriness in that. Oh, where's that one? I think I sent you two, didn't I? Yes, I did. Oh, no. Oh, no, never mind. That's not a cheery one. Never mind. That was the one about the Pope.
Mm.
What do you love? They are mouthy, Gemini. How can you? They are mouthy. They're like the misbehaving children of my life. Feed me, human. Pet me, human. Do this, human. I swear cats are not from this dang universe.
Yeah, they are different. That's for sure.
Yep. Man, I'll tell you, one of the greatest. Me and my animals, we bump heads, because I got to be the alpha male of the house, otherwise they run rampant. But I tell you, there is nothing like the love of an animal when you're gone and you come home, and they're just so excited to see you. They're just like, you're home. I've missed you. I've yet to get that from a human.
Yeah.
Or alien overlords. Yeah, love. I'll agree with you on that one. Oh man, some Syrian spies, probably, man. I tell you, they are a pain in the ass, but man, I love them. I mean, I get home and they're all excited and jumping around and running and dancing, and then you sit in your chair and they all climb up on you because they want to love and be next to you. That's connection, folks. If you don't think that you have something worth living for, there's no happiness in your life, you don't have a pet. One of these days, and some of us are lucky this way, do we get a our other half that's the same way, but a pet is always going to love you.
Yeah. And that's why they're part of our lives too, because they have to teach us unconditional love, because humanity can't perceive that concept without being taught it over and over again.
Yep. Night owls are always up early, Corey. Yeah, I mean, there you go, the girl. Exactly. I mean, Snow gets into deep depression when I'm not home, and all he does is either sleep in my bed or his bed. And once I get home, man, he is dancing. He's having fun. It's all about me. I love my animals. I love them to death. They piss me off sometimes, but they're like my kids, man. You get mad at your kids from time to time, but their love is unconditional, and we as a human species need to have that same love towards each other. We need to have love without condition. Hey, Mr. Gill, we can learn a lot from our animals. We really can learn a lot from them. So enjoy them. I've had so many animals and my family members. I miss them all. Yeah, I do too. I miss all my animals I've ever had are lost. I love them to death. I miss them. Yep. Yeah, Freaky. It's love. It's unconditional love. We could tell it's a great life. Yeah. Yeah. You went to bed, Corey? You went to bed at 7 a.m.? Dude, I can't say nothing. I went to bed at 2:30 this morning. I did get chapter 17 and 18 finished. And I got to give a shout out to Roxanne, my newest Ihan Yar reader on my Patreon. Thank you so much, Roxanne. I should, if everything works out right, I should have Beast of the Ozarks first kill done today. I'm a little over 3,000 words done from being done. So, but I want to give a shout out to Roxanne, who's my newest Ihan Yar reader. Her and Griff will be getting one of these in the mail here soon. And the next 3 that are will be getting one as well. So shout out, Roxanne.
Why don't you show that hat again a little closer to the camera?
Oh,
that way they can see what they get.
I got enough sunlight today. Yeah, I got enough sunlight today. It's actually coming up. This is the Bizarre and Unknown hat. Griff and Roxanne's going to be getting one. You'll see me when I do the paranormal investigation of the Springfield Commercial Club. I'm wearing this hat. This is that hat I'm wearing. The next 3 Ihan Yar readers that sign up will be getting one of these hats as well. So, yeah, Daryl, 100. But we can learn a lot from our animals, folks, and we can learn a lot from each other. That's why William and I do this. We love learning from you, and we love teaching you. I learn stuff from my good brother every day. I'm truly blessed that I've run across his path, and I've had serious things. I did too, Corey. I was a bad enough alcoholic that the Marine Corps actually put me in rehab. So I know how that goes. I used to have anger problems, and then when my oldest daughter was born, I looked at myself and go, I can't let her see this. And I, took measures to do it. We all can learn from each other. We've all been through something that we can help each other through. Whatever anybody's going through, we can help each other because we've all experienced one thing or another. You know, it's not just me and William here has experienced all this shit. You guys have too. So we need to learn to lean on each other, be that community, be that village. Remember the old ways. Be there for each other. Thank you, Twisted. Oh, yeah, I know that feeling very well, Bounty. I don't have it near as much as I used to, but we used to for a long time ago, yeah. Eric, if you're giving that hat away, how will you wear it later? I've got my own, Freaky. I bought 10 of them off of Robbie. So I'm using them as giveaways. So the first part of the giveaways is for the IHNYAR readers. When I reach 1,000 subscribers, I'll be doing another giveaway deal, and these hats will be in there as well. And I'm trying to think of other ways to give them away as well. And but we, you know, so yeah, that's what I got them for. So love, if we're not friends on Facebook, I wish we were. If you can find my author's Facebook page, it's me and my it's me in this cowboy hat. Find me. If you're having troubles with that, hit me up on Messenger. You know, I'll be there for you. I know how it is. I've learned how to control mine. I like to have a drink. I just don't drink as much as I used to. But we're here for you. I'm sure William will help you with it. I'm sure anybody else in the chat. When you get to feeling that urge, you know, that's what we need to do. We need to come together and help each other.
Candy, thank you for being here.
Thank you, Candy. Yeah, singing does lift the spirits, Kyle. Yes.
Thank you, Roxanne.
That is something. Yeah. That is something to consider, you know, love. I mean, we'll help you out the best we can.
Yep.
That's a lot of stuff, Steve. Yeah, no kidding, Freaky. Yeah, I'm connected to all wildlife, man. I've loved it. I've always had a very good connection with animals. There you go. See, Bounty right there. I'm here for whoever needs it. See, that's the way we should be. Thank you, Bounty.
Yep. Exactly.
Aren't we pretty sure I follow you on Facebook? Are you, love? I don't remember. Hit me up on a message. I may not know your name on, you know, Messenger versus here, but you know, I mean, hit me up. I quit drinking when my son was born 29 years ago. There you go, Kyle, man. Congrats, dude. That is awesome. Congratulations, bub. I am proud of you.
Now we just got to take this energy and move it around the world because,
yeah,
you know, we need to remember. And Corey, I do hope everything turned out okay with the wildfires, by the way. But I know the state of Oklahoma is devastated with it. You know, there are currently something like 70 wildfires going on around the United States. Even up in Vermont, there was one. I'm not sure if it's still going, but there was one up there in Vermont. So it's like, you know, my heart goes out to those people, you know, because it's such a tragedy to see everything just go up in smoke and flame. And you know, I mean, I've seen the results of tornadoes, hurricanes, you know, floods, even earthquakes, but I have yet to see a wildfire to the point where it would, you know, level, you know, somebody's life in a flash, literally a flash. So, you know, that's one thing I don't wish on anybody. So, but the weaponization of weather is having a heavy play in this right now, and we need to stop the ones that are doing it. We do. We need to.
Yep. I'm seeing these comments about people quitting smoking and drinking. Hats off to y'all. I'm proud of every single one of you guys. Pyro, it's good to see you in here. I found
How we
a
doing,
solace
Pyro?
in songs. Werewolf from Steven. Yeah, I mean, songs is a great tool. Yes. All right, Vanessa, I'll try to look it up. That's why I screen shared that deal to show you what my author's Facebook page looks like. I have a personal Facebook page, but I'm mainly on my author's one anymore. I've tried a lot of different kinds of this. Is good. Yeah, I mean, we will be here for you guys as best as we can. We're not no saints. We're not no prophets. We're not no gods. We're not none of it. We're William and Eric, man. That's just who we are. You know, we're not perfect. Never claim to be perfect. We're just us, and we'll help you best we can.
All right, let's see here. Hold on a second.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to look something up right
Kyle.
now.
You're fine. I'm getting through the comments now. My question is, are their fires natural or purpose? I believe it's probably a combination of both, David. We know for a fact that some of them are purpose based, but we also know fires do happen. You know, like I had one in my yard last weekend because my daughter wasn't paying attention like she was supposed to. So I think accidental is part of them as too. I've been in so many tornadoes, love. I mean, I live in Tornado Alley. I've been living with tornadoes since I was born. They are terrifying, but they're awesome at the same time.
Okay, Eric, you need to, it's Vanessa Van Horn on your friends list. You'll see it. Sorry, love. But, oh, it's not Van Horn. Okay.
Oh,
Ingold. That's it. Okay. That's what it is. Ingold. I'm sorry. I looked at the wrong one.
I'm trying to get caught up on the deal here. Hold on,
Yeah, it's Vanessa Ingold. She's
Ingold,
a
okay.
sweetheart. She's a good friend. So
You got the same eye.
Yeah.
We are now friends. I just sent you a friend request. Now we're friends on there. As soon as you accept, anyways. Attempted friends. We do recover, absolutely, Amy. I'm trying to get caught up on your guys' comments, so please forgive me. I'm way behind. You guys are amazing today, and it's flowing like crazy. I love it.
Toronto Alley, huh, freaky? I think they meant Tornado Alley. It came out, dang, autocorrect.
Thank you for that, Pyro. I was wondering how that got started. I wasn't 100% sure. I've heard so many different stories. So they were started because the high winds broke the power lines and it caused them to arc.
Yeah. There's so much weird weather stuff going on that, you know, I mean, for God's sakes, we still have people in North Carolina living in tents, people. In tents.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. What the hell is wrong with our country? You know, it just.
Yeah, David.
It's like the ones that are in charge have lost the sanctity of life. that they don't care about the sanctity of life. Well, the sanctity of life is the most important thing to God, to the Creator, you know. Otherwise, he wouldn't be trying to save your souls. You know, I mean, it's not rocket science. It really isn't. And to just see how far America has fallen because of the last 30, 40 years of leadership ripping the people off in this country, the hardworking taxpayers of this country, and the veterans of this country, taking veteran monies away from the VA to house immigrants that are here not legally.
Not born.
You know,
Yeah.
so it's ridiculous to assume that these people that are in charge are going to provide for us and take care of us. They're not. They're going to provide and take care of themselves. Okay. And the sooner Americans wake up to that fact and stand up against the corruption and the lies and the darkness, the better America will be for it. And maybe, just maybe, God will put that protective hedge back up. You know, maybe.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree 100% with you on that, bro. Oh, I love chasing tornadoes. Oh, I love chasing tornadoes. That is so fun. That's funny. Corey's
yeah.
Corey's first tornado was when I was
Yeah.
born, April of '79. What does that mean about our friendship, Corey?
There was a bad, I mean, Alabama, Arkansas, Tennessee, South Carolina, and parts of Florida, and parts of Mississippi. I mean, they all got hit pretty hard with tornadoes last night. And the bad part about a tornado is when it comes at nighttime. Unless you have some way of waking your ass up and telling you a tornado's coming, you're pretty much screwed. You know, people become unalived all the time because of tornadoes, and a lack of a warning. And it seems like nowadays I wouldn't be surprised if we don't see an EF6 tornado. I really, I look for it to happen. In fact, I will predict it to happen up until the end of September of this year. We will probably have a new category of a tornado, which will probably be an an EF6 tornado. I guarantee it. It'll probably happen. So that's just a prediction. So we'll see. We'll see if it comes true.
Damn. Man, I hope you find some help on that, Joanne.
Yeah, you know what? That is ridiculous. Joanne, look me up on Facebook, William Nighthawk, and I'm gonna see if we can't figure something out, because that's just that pisses me off more than anything about this country. We are the most diverse, most blessed, most I mean, the freedoms we have, and we can't even take care of our own. because, we're sending things to other countries and, and sending millions of dollars to make mice ungendered. I mean, it's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. Okay. And I'm going to see if a friend of mine on Facebook can at least provide something for Joanne to have to live in. It's ridiculous. It really is. The things are definitely gone wrong. Gone completely wrong. Makes you lose hope awful quick. But you know what? At the same time, it's also a test of faith. That's kind of what I consider the cancer battle being. It's a test of faith. And, it sucks to go through it, but sometimes we have to.
Heck yeah. Corey said he was in an EF6. I was thinking they had EF6, but they're very rare. But he said right here, we had an EF6 in Moore, Oklahoma in '99.
Actually, no, they don't have a classification of an EF6 yet. They just added the EF6 to the scale. What they do is they mark it as a plus EF5 is what they do. So,
but
when
I was in college, I could have sworn they were talking about
they just
EF6
recently, they just recently did the EF6. It was a couple months ago. So, they marked it as EF plus 5. So,
yeah, James, it's good to see you in here. Yeah, that is kind of weird to have tornadoes and earthquakes at the same time. That tells me that was probably planned.
I mean, you have to ask yourself why all the rich people are going underground. You really do. It's like we've said before in podcasts that it's almost like it's just a repeating cycle over and over again, to where there's a natural disaster that wipes out the civilization every 3,600 years. And it's ridiculous, because you got accounts of floods, you got accounts of great earth shakings, you got accounts of fires, meteors, all kinds of different stuff throughout history. And it just seems like it's spaced just far enough apart to where it's like humanity reboots itself every time and starts over from the creation of fire again until they get it right. It's like a record that repeats itself over and over again, like a residual energy from a haunting. It's just like playing a recording over and over and over again. It's kind of like that way with humanity. Oh, yeah, you're talking the wind speed, yeah. Well, originally it was, the damages of debris that was in the field. Yeah, that's what the scale was.
They call it the damage that they eat, or as much the amount they eat is what they call it when they're putting that up. But it's funny, same concept to what you're saying.
It's funny when you think about it. A tornado could also be classified as a cloud eater.
Yeah, Huh. Yeah.
Just a thought. Maybe it's one of those things that we can't see exactly what it is, but it's there, and we see a funnel cloud in place of it because that's all our mind can perceive and our eyes can perceive. Just makes you wonder.
Yep. Yep. The Vegeta scale. Yeah, that's why I put it up there. I can't remember who was asking it. Yep. And like, no, well, wow. Watcher says Paranormal Coffee Talks is giving me the jitters. That's awesome, dude. I love that. That is awesome.
Makes you wonder.
William Nighthawk, the jitter creator.
Well, I tell you guys to question everything every day, and we have that right. So we can either question it or we can just go into it blind. But
Heck yeah, man. Yep, the poles have shifted, love. That's why things change, and it's a natural thing that the Mother Earth does. She shifts her poles all the time. But then, in order to collect tax money on it, they call it global warming.
yeah, I think David's going to get himself in trouble. He says
What'd he do?
Melissa is always behind, still waiting on lunch. Oh my goodness.
I don't see that one. Did I miss that? Oh, there.
Passed
Oh,
it
yeah.
up.
Never mind. No, I had it up. I just lost track of where it was. Yeah, I had that up. It's funny. Melissa's going to whoop your ass, David, and I'm just going to go back. I see nothing. I know nothing. There is nothing going on. Chitter Club. Heck yeah, man. Twisted down. Shows off the civilian flags, including halos and yeah. Gong, 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 gong. Oh man, this chat is flying. I missed my. There we go.
Actually, the military does post their flights. It's just that they turn their transponders off.
Hey, Rhonda. Yeah, they post their flights. I track military flights all the time, but sometimes they do turn it off. Yeah.
And Melissa, there's nothing wrong with spam.
We've started. He's trying to put it on you, bro.
Well, he is, because actually, no, it wasn't my fault. I didn't start the whole well, I guess I did start the Melinda thing.
No, he typed it first.
Tracy and I were watching a podcast that David and Melissa were on, and the podcaster said that instead of calling Tracy, he called her Stacy, and I said, well, I texted on the podcast in the chat about David, how's Melinda doing, or something like that, and so that's where the whole Melinda thing came up. I forget exactly what I said, but it was kind of like
brought up.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't brought up that way. It was just a joke, but actually it stuck pretty good. It's an inside joke for David and Melissa and I and Tracy, so it really is.
Love, I'm trying to do the same thing here, but with my back, it's hard for me to bend down. So I'm trying to get money saved up so I can create raised beds out here to get my garden back up and going myself. But yeah, I mean, I highly recommend starting your own garden. Yeah, I was gonna say it wasn't brought up today until David brought it up. So see, it would have never got brought up. Never got it brought up if he wouldn't have accidentally said it. I'm trying to help you out, David. You just don't know it yet. Stacy's mom has it going on. Clearly, he's in leaf lettuce. I can't do spam, man. Oh, that. I will answer to the. I will answer most anything. Just don't call me late for dinner. Yeah, if you're going to have a frost, put plastic over your seed beds. Yes.
Actually, you know what I saw, which was quite handy the other day. I was going through some of the books that I have, and it shows people. You know how umbrellas will break on the handle, and some of the older umbrellas were like dome shaped with clear plastic. Well, it showed the umbrellas basically over top of a garden area, like a dome to protect it, like a greenhouse.
Yep.
So
I've seen that. Yep. Melissa says he dug his own hole. I got to get some coffee. I'll see you guys. Take it easy, Corey. It's good seeing you in here, bro.
We'll see you, Corey. Yeah, I got to get going here too, man. So I got videos to upload. I got to get these videos uploaded today. If I don't, I'm probably not going to get to them till tomorrow. So I've got to get these videos uploaded. The one to the members only site and two to the channel. So, but with that being said, just have faith, everybody. Stick together. We don't call ourselves the Weirdo Warrior family for nothing. So just keep your faith. Stay strong and vigilant. Remember, it takes a village to make it work. And we've got the perfect village right now. So please like, heart, and share this out. We didn't talk too much about the paranormal today, but we did talk about the weaponization of weather and stuff. So I mean, it was still a good subject. But
we did hit on a little bit.
Yeah, but I mean, some of the stuff we needed to talk about. So it is what it is. It's going to happen the way it happens. But I'm going to try and get a Wednesday Midnight Monsters out. We'll see how that goes. I might just record it in advance and release it and do it that way. So, but we'll see. And then we have the regular shows on the weekends. So I'll get those posted as soon as I get them scheduled. And, just question everything, guys. Eric, you want to let them know what you got going on today on your show?
So tonight we're going to talk about the Ozark Howler. And there's a reason why we're covering that, and everybody will learn shortly. But yes, so we're going to be talking about the Ozark Howler. If everything works out right, I should have Beast of the Ozarks done today. I am not lacking very much at all. So we'll be going over that tonight. I did release a new sci-fi on my Patreon that's available for anybody that's a Patreon subscriber. I'm going to start trying to do stuff like this once a week, little short stories. The first one was about 7 pages. The second one is about 8 pages. I'm going to start doing little short stories like that to release on the Patreon for all my Patreon subscribers. But I'm trying to get this Beast of the Ozarks first kill done. I'm trying to contemplate if I want to finish Saga Grimson Book 3, Revenge of the Wendigo, or if I want to finish my Western, Cody Barrett, The Start of a Legend. Those two of them that I'm pretty deep into that I need to get done as well. So I don't know what my next book's going to be yet when I finish this one. But I got to get it done, get Griff and Roxanne to look over it, let me know what they want, send it out to a brother of mine, let him look over it too, then I can release it. So I'm hoping within the next week to 2 weeks, I should have that book released. And that's pretty much what I got going on.
Cool. Okay. And if anybody's waiting from the book I'm writing, it's going to be a while. I got 3 chapters done so far. So I might just put it out on video. You never know.
Hey, man,
But
you get her going. I mean, I'll do what I can to help you get it out.
Yeah, I understand. I know that. I know. We'll see. We'll see what happens with it. But yeah, Wednesday night, just plan on a Midnight Monsters. I just don't know if I'm going to be doing it live or if it's going to be pre-recorded. But I send out the notification, so I'll let everybody know what's going on. Okay. And then what's going on this coming weekend too. I'll let everybody know as far as the morning show goes. So I want to thank everybody for everybody's support, everybody's comments. Please share this out, like it. If you can, please hammer that like button because that helps a lot. And we will see you all a little bit later today on Eric's show. Take care, everybody.
Take care.